So here's the newly launched Wolfbox M40 Mirror Dashcam, and straight up on the box they have highlighted some features that this gets a 4K front and a 1080p rear, gets voice control, gets driver assistance, gets a 9.66-inch touchscreen, gets built-in Wi-Fi and gets built-in GPS. So as soon as you do open up the box, you get this graphical representation of all the ports and all the buttons that are present on the mirror camera. So you get a USB-C port, you get the lens, you get the rear camera connector, that's the AV in-port memory card slot, GPS connector and fasteners. At the bottom, you get the power button. Taking a look at the 9.6-inch Wolfbox camera, here it is, quite a compact and a straight up departure from the Wolfbox G900, which is like much bigger and more wider to look at. They've even highlighted how you can control this touchscreen. You can adjust the best view by swiping up and down. You can switch the window display by swiping left and right. And the rest of the features will be followed and shown up to you in the following video. So quite a compact and a neat looking mirror camera. At the back you get the Wolfbox branding right here. This says 4K mirror dashcam. You have fasteners on both sides. Here is the lens module, which is again like extendable, so in case if you have an internal rear view mirror which is quite wide, the extendable arm will be enough to accommodate it. At the bottom you get some ventilation holes and the power button as shown in the previous graphical representation. You get a Type-C port for power, AV in port for rear camera and a pre-inserted memory card inside. So you can see here this is a 64 GB memory card present inside. Lastly, you get a GPS port as well. So the rear cam module is tiltable up and down and left and right, and it's kind of a stiff mechanism, which is actually a good thing because it will prevent any vibration. For now, let's just keep the camera here and move on further into the box. So first of all, you do get some wiring clips, and here is a main power cable with a pre-attached 12-volt charger which gets a single USB port, and at the other end you get a L-shaped Type-C connector which plugs in into the main front camera. So here's the 1080p rear camera, which also gets a neat Wolfbox branding right here. You also get this AV port which plugs in into the main front cam, and you also get this reverse signal wire which plugs in into the reverse signal light of your car. The mount of the rear camera is similar to every other external rear cameras which we see. You can mount it using screws or you can mount it using a sticker tape. You also get the M40 user manual and the quick start guide. And here are the rubber straps for mounting the mirror cam to the internal rear view mirror. You get a soft cleaning cloth. You get a wiring installation tool. You get screws and a sticker for the attachment of the rear camera. You get additional rear camera mount with an additional sticker. And lastly, in the box, you get this external GPS logger. Now this GPS logger sticks onto the windshield and this port plugs in into the main front camera. And just for your reference, here is the Wolfbox G900 Pro in comparison with the Wolfbox M40. So as you can see here, on top you have the Wolfbox G900 Pro and at the bottom you have the M40. So quite a difference right here in terms of the screen size, but again this is a more premium camera, the G900 Pro, whereas this is a budget mirror dashcam. So you kind of have a lot of difference in terms of the sizing and even in terms of the rear module that has been designed for this camera. The G900 Pro gets a significant and a more protruding Wolfbox branding, whereas the M40 has a more minimalistic touch to it. And even at the back panel you can see the kind of size difference the G900 Pro and the M40 bring to the table. So no matter which of these two cameras you're interested by, as pointed out earlier, you can grab a flat 10% discount on any of the Wolfbox dash cameras. Just make sure to use the link given in the description and apply the coupon code Gizmobeep. So now this was the G900. Let's proceed with the M40 and check out its video quality, its on-screen settings and the number plate readability of this camera. But just in case if you want to take a look at the G900 Pro, I've made a very detailed video of this camera as well. You'll find the link to that video in the description below. Let's proceed with the video. So here's the M40 currently mounted on the internal rear view mirror of my car, and straight up you can see that this camera can stream both camera views simultaneously on the screen. On the left you see the front camera, on the right you see the rear camera. We also get the speed indicator which works based on the GPS logger, and you also get a compass showing you the direction towards which the camera is moving. So if you just press the button one time, you get a pop-up menu right here at the bottom, and it also gives you some other indications that this shoots a 4K 1080p. You have the date and time display, speaker and Wi-Fi status, voice control, and ADAS settings. So let me just go ahead and just swipe the screen one time to show you how it changes. So you have the front camera view currently streaming on the screen right now, so you can like adjust the particular angle according to your requirement, and you can also adjust the rear camera view up and down to suit your particular needs. And if you swipe back again, you get a simultaneous front and rear camera view. That being said, the first button is the record button. So if you just click on that, it will stop recording, and if you click back on it again, it's going to start recording again. So then you have the brightness setting. You can increase or decrease the screen brightness. Then following that, you have the ADAS settings, so which we will get into later. Then we have the switch camera view button right here, so you can use this button also along with just swiping on the screen. Then you have the screenshot option, so this is going to take a particular screenshot in that particular moment. Then you have the emergency lock video, so if you just click on that, it's going to immediately record an emergency video into a separate folder. So now you can see the yellow mark is glowing here, indicating it's recording an emergency video. Following that, you have the album section where you can easily access any of the recorded files, both front and the rear, and even the emergency files, and you can just watch them straight up on the screen. Then you have the mic button, so you can enable or disable the mic straight up from the screen, so this will enable or disable the audio recording. And then lastly, you have the on-screen settings for the Wolfbox M40. So first up, you have the resolution option, 4K 30fps front and 1080p 30fps rear. You also have the option of 2.5K front 30fps and Full HD 30fps at the rear. Then you have both Full HD at 30fps. Heading back, you have the display mode, split screen mode, front and the rear camera mode. Then you have the sound recording option. You have the option to turn it off and on. Then you have the loop recording from a minimum of 1 minute, 2 minutes, and a maximum of 3 minutes. Then you have the G sensor option. You can set the sensitivity to low, medium, or high, or you can completely turn it off. Then you have the fatigue reminder to remind you in 1, 2, or 3 hours, even up to 4 hours, or you can turn it off. Then you have the Wi-Fi. You can turn it off or on. Then you have the volume. You can set it to off. You can set it to low, medium, or high. Then you have the click tone option. Then you have the screen saver option. So you can set the screen saver to come up after 10 seconds or even after 2 minutes. Then you have the screen brightness option. Then you have the exposure value. You can set the individual exposure. Following that, you have the voice control option. So you can turn it off or on. And here are the voice commands which have been given on the screen. So this is one very useful feature because you don't have to touch the screen every time. You can just use these voice commands to control the camera. Then you have the driver assistance features. Again, we will gonna head into that a bit later. Then you have the mirror flip option, so you can flip the image of the front camera. Then you have the rear camera flipping option, and then you have the reversing line. You have a full screen display and a panoramic display. Then you have the parking mode options, within which you can turn off the parking mode or set it to G trigger recording or time lapse recording for a duration of 12, 24, or 48 hours. Then you have the GPS option, so it's going to show you the strength of the GPS satellites. Then you have the time display, you can set it off or on. Then you have the GPS display, you can set it to off or on. Then you have the date stamp. Then you have the speed stamp. Then you have the GPS stamp. So you can set individual stamps to be turned on or on and set it to be visible on the screen or not, or even in the recording. Then you have the speed unit, kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Then you have the language option. Then you have the clock setting to set the date and time. Then you have the date format. You can set it to DDMMYY or YYMMDD. Then you have the time style, 24 hours or 12 hours. Then you have the time zone, currently set for India, GMT plus 5:30. Then you have the daylight saving time, which is not applicable here in India. Then you have the flicker option, 50 Hz, 60 Hz. Then you have the format reminder. You can set it to off or each for 15 days or for 25 days. Then you have the format SD card option. Then you have the reset camera to factory settings. Then you have the QR code to download the app for this camera. Then you have the product information, model name Wolfbox M40 and the firmware version. Lastly, you have the help center, for which Wolfbox does provide a QR code. So this was the total on-screen settings of this camera. So let's just now head into the ADAS settings. So you have basically 3 settings: ADAS, BSD and LCA. So within ADAS you have forward collision warning, lane departure warning, pedestrian collision warning and stop and go warning, front distance warning, and then you have the alarm tone. So lots of ADAS options right here, and within which you can set the sensitivity of the ADAS as well to high, mid, low or off. Then you have driver assistance starting from about 30 kilometers per hour, 40 or 50. So you can select at what speed the ADAS actually takes effect. So these options are individually customizable, so you can individually change the ADAS settings of each and every ADAS option. Then you have the blind spot detection, that's BSD. Now do note that if you enable blind spot detection, ADAS will automatically get turned off. If you do enable ADAS, the BSD blind spot detection turns off. So you cannot use both of them simultaneously. You can only use one option at a time, either ADAS or the blind spot detection. So if you do head into the blind spot detection, you again have the sensitivity option, then you have the speed threshold option, and then you have the alarm tone option. Then you have the LCA option, and if you do head into that, again you have the same settings, that's the sensitivity, speed threshold and alarm tone. So the point to note is that you can enable blind spot detection and LCA simultaneously, but you cannot enable ADAS and LCA simultaneously. So as you can see, if I turn on one, the other one automatically turns off. But in case of blind spot detection and LCA, you can use both of them simultaneously. So this was a quick overview of all the ADAS features and all the on-screen settings for this camera. And again, do note that when you have turned on ADAS, the resolution automatically drops to 2.5K. So if you want 4K resolution, you will have to turn off these ADAS features, and then only you can see that the 4K recording will get resumed. So this is one finer point which probably no one will tell you. So you either have to shoot in 4K resolution and not use any ADAS or blind spot detection features, but in case if you do enable any ADAS or blind spot detection, the resolution will automatically drop down to 2.5K resolution for the front camera. So if you can see here, I have activated ADAS, and now currently all the vehicles are being tracked by the camera. You can see those square boxes, green for the ones that are stationary and blue boxes for the ones that are moving. So ADAS is now currently activated. You can basically enable or disable it straight up from this option. So as you can see, ADAS is activated and that is being shown up currently on the display. So this is a real-time representation of the ADAS features within this camera. If you do head into the blind spot detection feature, if I enable that, moving back to the home screen. So as you can see now, the pedestrians are being tracked by the rear camera, even the moving vehicles are being tracked. So this is how blind spot detection is also working in real time from the rear camera. So this is also a very useful and a very intuitive feature of this M40 dashcam. So another biggest advantage of having any mirror dashcam, including the M40, is that you get a reverse camera view, which will help you in taking reverse of your car. So if I do engage the reverse gear of my car right now, so as you can see right now, the display has turned into a reverse view and also does give you a reverse guidelines with red, yellow and green markings. So you can change the distance of these markings using the buttons given right here, that's high, medium and low. So currently this is set at low. If I do press on medium, the height becomes a bit taller, and if I do press high, the mark or the guidelines go up much more higher. So this is basically a zoomed in view of the rear, but if you want to have the whole look, the complete look from the rear camera, there is a button given right here, and if you do press that, you get a full overview from the reverse camera, giving you all the details, showing you all the extra information which you might need while you're taking reverse. So many cameras do tend to miss this out, many mirror cameras. So the M40 providing you a full overview along with a zoomed in view. So based on your convenience, you can switch between them. So this is one cool feature which you should definitely not miss in the M40. And once you've completed the reverse, if you just switch back the reverse gear, the mirror dashcam switches back to its original default screen, whichever you have selected. And of course you can cycle through or toggle through the front or the rear camera view, or have a split screen view together on the screen. Moving on to take a look at the number plate read. So here's a Grand i10 in front of my car, about a distance of 15 to 20 feet away. And if I do zoom in to take a look, a neat and a decent looking number plate read. Although slightly on the softer side, I don't see much sharpness in this. But overall the readability is quite decent and good enough for a daytime number plate read. Looking at the overall quality, the contrast seems decent, saturation is nice, exposure is tad bit higher, and since this is a mirror camera, this is like placed slightly behind the windshield, so this tends to capture the windshield and even the fast tag sticker on the windshield. So this is kind of a unique perspective when you compare it with a traditional dash camera. The field of view of this camera is looking quite good and is able to cover the other end of the A-pillar, although the overall quality I suspect is an upscaled 4K resolution. You can also see the GPS coordinates being recorded on the video along with the date and time and the Wolfbox logo on the video as well. So close to 15,000 rupee camera, this would be an ideal looking footage, nothing much to complain against this. And for the purpose of recording evidence during daytime, this camera is more than enough. Looking at the number plate read during night time, so here's a car pretty much similar to what we saw during daytime, about 15 to 20 feet away. And if I do zoom in, a very similar looking image, slightly on the softer side, lesser on the sharpness side, but each letter and number is clearly visible. But also do note that this is not under the direct glare of my headlights. This is under low beam of my headlights, because of which the number plate of the car is not directly in focus of the headlight. Taking a look at the overall quality, slightly does capture some level of glare, but it's not as bad as expected. Looking good, but the mirror mounting creates an issue wherein it catches the water droplets and the dust that has collected on the windshield. So this is an issue with all mirror dash cams, not just this. So you need to make sure that your windshield is pretty much clear if you want a very clear looking footage without any distortion or without any dust coming up in the video. The rest of the stuff is quite nice. Contrast is looking good, the blacks are looking nice, and the illumination of the surrounding areas, even though there is no direct illumination, is looking also quite good. Taking a look at the number plate read from the rear camera, so since the rear camera is mounted straight up behind the car with no glass in between, and if you zoom in to take a look, a very nice looking number plate read. Now this is a 1080p camera, so you cannot be expecting anything better than this, and this is what a 1080p camera can do the best for you. The overall video quality also does seem nice. I mean, in terms of saturation, it does feel a bit lower when you compare it with the front camera's quality, but considering what other rear cameras offer you within this price range, this is actually looking quite decent and much better than what I expected. And since this is slightly lower mounted, the camera is pretty much focused directly towards the number plates of the car, so that is a positive thing, and that's a thing that can work in your favor when you mount the rear camera of this M40 Dashcam. Moving on to take a look during night time, this is quite good. I don't see that haziness and that kind of whitish glow in the video. The contrast has been very much well optimized, except for the glow of the headlights. The rest of the is looking crisp and clean, and that's a very good thing. Although in terms of number plate readability during night time, it might be a bit difficult under the headlight glare, and maybe possibly be good enough only under a close range of maybe less than 5 feet, but the overall video quality is quite impressive from the rear camera during night time. The highlights and the shadows again looking quite well balanced. Exposure isn't too high, just right where it's supposed to be. So considering this is under 15K and this is a mirror dash camera which is primarily focused on its rear camera view, the M40's rear camera is kind of doing justice to the price tag this comes at and can be a good choice within this particular price range. So what do I think about the Wolfbox M40? Well, for starters, Wolfbox is a popular brand known to bring out reliable dash cameras, and Wolfbox entering the mid-range segment, trying to bring out a product that resonates with its consumers, especially to those who are looking for a mirror dashcam with reverse guidelines, who want a refined interface, who want a professional product, at the same time who want to make use of ADAS features, blind spot detection features, which are kind of very popular these days, especially when all the newer cars are getting it. Additionally, you also get a built-in GPS, a voice control, and a 64 GB card included, makes the M40 a very value for money proposition. Additionally, due to the exclusive collaboration between Gizmobeep and Wolfbox, you can grab a flat 10% discount on the MRP on any of the Wolfbox dash cameras, including the M40. And I've provided all the details in the description below. You can go ahead and check that out. So the M40 is definitely the one camera to consider if your priorities are a mirror dash cam, if your priorities are ADAS and blind spot detection features, and you want a reliable and a popular brand such as Wolfbox. Go ahead, grab the M40 right now. The links are given right down below. And if you do have any doubts or queries, just write them down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. See you in the next one.